I'm back. I should be back. Let me boot up YouTube Studio. Hello there, everybody. So, that was interesting. Hi. All right. Yeah. So for some reason, my computer blue screened. Let me calibrate here. Yeah. So, my computer's been having this issue where it, like, freezes randomly throughout the day, and I haven't fixed that yet. But this is the first time it's blue screened, which actually might be a good thing. Can you please stop popping up things? It might be a good thing because it means that I could actually figure out maybe what happened. Anyway, I'll do that after stream. Let's get back to the game. Yeah, that's weird. Yes, I'm back. All right, let's get right back into it. We'll figure out what happened later. Welcome back, everybody. Yeah, never had that happen before. So what exactly was the last thing you heard from me? Like, did it just like stop immediately, or did you get to hear me yell out in surprise? Did not hear the yell. Okay. Okay, OBS. Oh. Okay. Well, we're back. Definitely didn't hear the yell. Okay. This makes sense. I started yelling once it, blue screen, so I imagine by that point OBS was not streaming anymore. Yes, I think I've got everything, so. Oh, but we didn't get to see the rest of the event. Oh. That's a shame. I mean, either way, our goal is ever the same: to fight and win the day. Okay. Trachea. Shoot it. Big damage. Good. Sundered is still on low health since last time. Oh, whoops. So let's just have Sundered, like, move and Guardian. And then Amber will Silk Step. There we go. You guys didn't even need Amber. Oh, hi, Amber. Sundered and Trachea beat that monster without you. But hi. You just missed my computer blue screening in the middle of stream. No, we need Amber. Sundered and Trachea don't need Amber, but I need Amber. You're absolutely needed. Yeah, my computer just blue screened. I don't know why, but we're back. Sparkle to find one alone like this. Up here? Would be curious what directed his decision. If decision is even the right word. Let's not rise more of them. We can grab some of these materials. Right, that's what I mean. Then come back the way we came. Short while later. So it looks like I won the bet. Seems you did. What are you doing now? Socks? New socks, let's be sure to mention. What we failed to mention is the size. Whether back, the weather turns. There's tea house, not far. They don't make in time and are soaked in the storm. But the tea house is dry, and fragrant teas, and later the mugs of mulled whiskey are hot. Here's one more round for you. Thinking about something? Just rain. Rain and all these 9 mystical phenomena that paint our lives, that we try to explain into mundanity, so we can take them for granted. I don't know. Think back on the journey's beginning. Fortune is the spur of the moment that strikes restless hearts and sparks an adventure. Luck is the people you share it with. Guess I need another cup. Yeah? Just one more. Okay. Should have the computer, hopefully it's okay. Yeah, well, here's the thing. I have a program that should tell me why it crashed. The problem is I haven't had the opportunity to do that yet, because it hasn't been crashing, it's been freezing, is the issue it's been having. Which doesn't compile, It doesn't like do the information on the crash. But now that it's crashed, hopefully I can figure out what the fuck is going on. Anyway, Trachea. Let's look at Trachea's abilities, because I know Trachea's wings should be granting something, right? No, but fly. As a swift action, every other turn, Trachea flies 3 tiles away and gains plus 25 dodge that goes away at the start of her next turn. Ooh, that is interesting. Yeah, don't care about Quelling Moss. Don't think Ambush is in Trachea's best interest either. Aid? I'm thinking Aid or Fly. We'll do Fly. Yay, Trachea can now fly. Alright. Now we'll send everyone from this group to join up here. Oh, new recruit. Pick from Legacy. It me! Yes. It me! I'm joining the team! Look at me and my plant arm. And plant leg. I came to town looking for someone to help against the Draven, and folks invariably told me to go talk to Ophelia. Well, you found her. You got quite the reputation around here. They call you the Laughing Lightning Strike. Well, I thought about being the Sulky Lightning Strike, but that didn't sound like any fun. My point is, if you've got any kind of edge in battle, we could use another tracker and fighter. How convenient. I was just thinking I could use a change of scenery. Give me a day or two to get my things in order, then I'll head out with you. We're so... Yeah! Yeah, I do like that, like, I got the plant ability. Alright. So they'll do that, and everyone's going to scout. Oh! Oh, dang it, I need to... Okay. You did borrow the hat, so... There we go. I forgot to reconnect the, the plugin that I used to do that. But it should be plugged in now, but also I just did it already. Alright, so... No, my bad. I should have done that, but, take good care of the hat. Respect the hat. There's a certain someone here who doesn't respect the hat. He always gives it back to be covered in little nibbles. Alrighty, Blues Bluff. Let's go. Yeah, this team can do it. This is like the A team. This is like one of the best teams I think we may have ever had. Even though it doesn't have Sunday. Like, Sunday can, like, carry a team, but this team actually just works together. So this transformation, I've done a lot more reading on crows. Turns out they're highly intelligent. As if you didn't have enough on your plate, now the crows need your attention too. That one seems to have a lot to say. Can you make out any of it? Almost. Chinning... Shiny? Shiny, probably. Perhaps it's a common among the crow folk. Sure, I would love something shiny. Yeah. The crow gurgles and hops forward, then flies off. The whole flock seems rather riled up. Murder. What? I don't think they're... A whole murder. A group of crows is called a murder. Well, the crow returns. Fascinating. Looks like you're buying the next meal in town. It's not any kind of recognizable... No one would accept this as currency. This may be as useless to me as it is to you, friend. Thank you, though. It's nice. Caw-caw! The crows bubble amongst themselves. Caw? Squat. Caw-caw. Then unfurl into the sky. Caw-caw. Leaving Witchworks once again in the silence that looms before battle. That was nice. An old coin talisman doesn't do a thing. Yeah, we gotta get this to Trachea. Oh, a leaf spirit. Who needs more weapon? Specifically, who could use a weapon that grants them bonus health? I think Amber might like that weapon. So if we could get that to Amber somehow, that would be good. Okay, so we can see the Leaf Spirit. Tricky, I think, just shoots this. Dang it. Alright, Mini does Mystic things. See, I can't remember. Which weapon does she do more? Are they the same? Oh, well, one of them's a sword. So maybe I should have the staff equipped. If she's a mage, she's going to do more damage with, you know, mage things. Of course he did. Okay, Astral steps up. And does the funny Astral thing of interfusing with everything. Gosh, I love this strategy. It's like really dumb, but it works so well. And we missed again. Come on. Okay, Amber. Is there any way we can catch up to that Leaf Spirit? No, I don't think so. But if we Silk Step, we might be able to sneak by and get to it next turn. And then Sundered here can Guardian up. Oh. We have not landed a single hit! Everyone except Amber got the opportunity to attack this turn, basically. And no one landed a hit! This after I said all of you were, like, doing great. I've lost my faith in all of you. Oh, Trachea can help Sundered. Good. This is what I get for complimenting you guys. Okay, there. Mini stepping up. Cracking under the pressure. Okay, well... Amber is going to go after the Leaf Spirit here. Let's give Amber the dagger. Yes. Wait, was that dagger called what I think it was called? Amber, your leaf dagger is called the Witch Carver. We could have named it something else, but by default, it tried to give you a knife called Witch Carver. Is there something you're planning to do to me? Pay this no mind. I mean, if you say so. I trust you. Nothing is amiss. Oh, can I do something real cheeky? Set you on fire with the chicken, and then... No, I'd have to use up my turn for the thing. Okay, fine. Fine, then. Sundered will just move over here and get the paladin. I did do something kind of cheeky by killing that thing with the fire. Those things can teleport. My bad. Okay, so Amber is still gray planed. So Amber can do heroism, swap weapon, kill you, and then kill you, and ran out of targets to kill. Great. My cat was just rubbing her face on my stream. Oh, that's so cute. Even cats adore me. Alright. We'll see over here. Is that the only enemy left? Trachea can fly over here. And then shoot it. And then Mini will come over here. And cone of fire. Good. Oh no, okay, so there's probably another enemy up here then. So Ash will come up here. Try to give us visibility over that. Yeah, okay. Sunder's step close. Yeah, Sunder's like hurting. Sunder's missing a lot of HP, but also Guardian. Okay. Okay, Trachea just like get up here-ish? How far can Trachea get? Trachea can get all the way up here. Or over here. Let's see over here. Mini can then come over here, interfuse with this, and then hopefully that can... No, that's not enough range. Okay. But Mini will just try to catch up to everyone. Amber can do the funny Amber things of assassinating. You're basically an assassin. Because when you go into Grey Plane, hunters have this ability to go into something called Grey Plane, where they hide and then their next attack pierces enemy defenses. You also have an ability that when you get a kill, you automatically enter Grey Plane again. So you can just snipe off the enemies and then never be seen by them. And like keep getting good kills because you're, you know, ignoring their defenses. It's a good build. We've got a good build going on, yeah. Amber has a funny trick where she kills people. Yes, exactly that. Oh, a shield. Who did we give a shield to? I guess Sundered. Yeah, that feels like a pretty obvious thing for our defensive guy. Okay. So we're gonna work to find an item. We'll just let everyone do this. It gives Astral and Sunder the opportunity to heal up. Earthshell bracelet plus block. Plus block would be good. Well, that would... This will give to Grim even. We're not really planning to do much with Grim even, but like... There. Alrighty. Well then, onward we go. Let's go, team. Oh, I'm ready for adventure. Alright, let's look at me. So I'm level 2. Yeah, so I have plus range and plus damage with ranged attacks. It says bow is no longer a minimum range. I wonder if that also applies to my crossbow? Because I can't actually have bows, because it takes 2 arms to use a bow, and if you'll notice, I have less than 2 arms. Yeah, crossbow. Grants temp health to the hero. Yeah. Alright, so I have a leaf crossbow and a fire dagger. I'll probably use upgrades. But we don't really have the opportunity to do upgrades anymore. You know, while we're here, this team could probably start clearing these out. Maybe. No excuses, get good. What? Something. Do you see this arm? How do you expect me to hold a bow with it? You know, if we were to move one person over here, so it's 2 teams of... No, but this is like a much weaker team. Yeah, Bunder's only level 1. I think Grim Even's also... Yeah, Grim Even's also only level 1. We'll scout out here, and we'll see what the enemy's strength is. Hold it gently, obviously. Strength 7. Okay. Then we'll scout out here. Okay, strength 6. Let's send... I don't know. No, let's actually just bring everyone over here. Up to over here. So we'll cancel this job. And we'll start scouting out this way with this team. While we start battle with this team. Sometimes Strikey would rise before the others and wander alongside an interesting creek or cliffside. For an hour or two, she could simply observe the workings of the natural world without worrying about how the job was factored in. And you could use the exercise too. Alright, Trikey's a little pinecone buddy. There's no wind this particular morning, only the rustle of the occasional bird. Which is why it was surprising to suddenly hear, "Ah, a hero!" Don't be humbled now. You know how I could tell? You have the look of a hero. Very impressive. And that's half the battle, isn't it? Tricky has the look of a bird. A giant bird. Unless you think giant birds are heroes? Splendid that can crush hope at a glance. I don't know if I'd say fully half. The rarer, the more exclusive the splendor, the greater the impact, right? Which is why I'm willing to show you, and only you. Only you? Right, only you. Good. These! You stride in sporting one of these beauties, let me tell you, Joblin won't know what hit him. You sell tails? Only the finest. Squirrels were glorified rats before they came to me, and now, great publicity. The peacock? That was me too. What's a peacock? You'll know when you see it. Go on, browse the features items, see which paints the best picture of you. Wait, what do you want? I don't carry much money out here. I don't deal in common money, my friend. Finger filthy grains of sand slipping through the world's hourglass? No, indeed. I can't help but notice you have a particularly useless coin-shaped accessory, though. Perhaps you'd be willing to part with that? Oh! That coin! Useless. Wait, it's magic or something, isn't it? Nothing of the sort. It fits in some shrine slot somewhere? No, completely useless. Well, now I don't want to trade it. Okay, look, let's cut the act. You want to know why I need that coin, and you don't. You want to hear the whole embarrassing story? Maybe. I'm in debt, okay? I'm in debt to some particular lostlings, and this debt must be paid in particular coinage. How did you manage to get into... Please don't tell me. Please don't make me tell you that part. I was young, I wasn't thinking with my head, I was thinking... It's not important. The important thing is I've been stuck pulling this cart from here to the nether flare, trying to sell these things off so that I can be a free man by the sometime next eternity. Ever tried to sell tail to an angry lostling? Please, there's gotta be one of these that sparks your interest. I want to take the foxtail. Look, I don't know what these tails are... I don't know for sure what these tails are going to do. So, between skunks, foxes, and scorpions, my favorite animal here is definitely the fox. So I'm going to take the foxtail. Who hasn't secretly wanted one of these since they were little? You got yourself a deal. So you picked that one. Completes your whole look. How's the fit? Well, fine. Trachea is now part fox. Wait. Wait, the tail just immediately goes on her? Great. I was hoping we'd, like, maybe get to choose who to put the tail on. But no, I guess Trachea now has a fox's tail. Foxish. Trachea has a bit of a fox's flash. Foxtail, plus speed, plus stunt chance, plus dodge. Fun. We're having another Sunday. Part crow, part canid. This is just how it goes, I suppose. Minnie can step up and interfuse. We do this, yeah. Lay a shark trap there. Astral, of course, steps up here. Swap weapon, interfuse with this tree and this tapestry. And then swap back to the bow. I guess we're killing you. All right. I was gonna check the other accuracy, but I just I was trying to like move the camera, but I just like tapped it instead of holding it. So we just shot. It's fine though. Well, of course. Sundered steps up. Trachea is part fox. This keeps happening. People become multiple things, and one of them is crow. Alrighty. Alright, what next? I mean, I guess we just go in then, right? Amber can probably get off the crazy combo. Right, do heroism. Let's soften them up a bit. Oh, okay. Well, I guess we'll just kill them. Or didn't Minnie have... No, it wasn't Minnie. It was... Spirit Blade. When you're infused with a blaze, grant a free range attack to a nearby ally. Attack deals bonus damage and creates a blade. Okay. So if Astral could actually interfuse with a fire, which we could do... Okay. Here's gonna be a funny strat. Sundered, drop a fire here, I guess. And then Astral will withdraw one of their interfusions. And then do the swap weapon, get a free interfuse on the blaze. And then move... Oh, can't quite reach Amber, though. Fine, we'll move over here. Oh, they can reach Amber. Give Amber a burning arrow. And then Amber can shoot you and miss, I guess. And shoot you. Get a kill. Good. And now Amber's in Grey Plane. Sundered, what is your issue? Why are you so mad? You're doing great! Okay. So one enemy over there, one enemy over here. I think... Move Trachea up for support. Astral, I think we... Over here, and we get interfuse and swap weapon. Oh, that guy Spectre stepped. Ooh. Should pay more attention. Okay. Amber steps over here. There's one more enemy over there. Get a stun? No, okay. Then Sundered can come over here and finish this off. And Minnie will go wall with Astral. No talk me, Sundangy. Sundered seems very angry. I want to help him. Alrighty, Amber, swap weapon. Stab? No, dodged. Okay, that's fine. Minnie... Can we do like a cone of fire? Not one that doesn't hit Astral. Okay. Then Astral steps back. And shoots. For a lot of damage. And Minnie throws out a cone of fire. Good. Someone comes out here. Oh, let's move Trachea in closer. So the Sundered gets the bonus. And then Sundered can get the kill. Nice! Like I said, this team just works well together, I feel. Cherokee is now a Silverhorn Hunter. Upgrade Nibble Nature. Gain +1 speed, +10 stun chance, +10 dodge. Yes. Blazing Sword, Burning Arrow, change from turn any action to single action. Soul Splitting. When Astral takes damage for each interfused object, 1 point is prevented, and the object takes 2 damage instead. That could be interesting. Or upgraded Elemental Fusions. Let's upgrade Spirit Blade, though. Moon Gristle's Glance. A spear. Ooh. We could replace Sundered's second thing, or we could... Who wants a spear? Yeah, we'll give it to Sundered. Sundered's good with spears. The Draven are routed. Battles led them down a boulderous roam where gray grass matches the cloud color. Someone doing dragon pictures? Hey Amber, old Amber the Trail Walker, you badly hurt? So what's your favorite monster? Oh, I'd say Denotha, the celestial worm that eats stories and produces stars. Gotta be a classic, like the Phoenix. I like the symbolism mostly, finding rebirth in literal ashes of ruin. Answers are fine, but some of us will always love a dragon. Dragons embody the essence of the monster, the thing beyond human capacity. Not just fierce, but impossibly cunning, wise, heartful, distinctly above the human apex. Can't wait till we're on a fire. The stories will soar. Sundered likes dragons, got it. Yeah, we'll do this. Got it, okay. Igneous Ring, bonus damage. Amber already has an Igneous Ring. We can replace the Igneous Ring with an Igneous Ring. No, bonus damage. It's a shame. The one character I want to give more bonus damage to would be Amber, because she gets off multiple hits when she, like... When Amber goes on the offensive, she gets, like, 3 attacks in one turn. Like, that would be the perfect opportunity for bonus damage. But no, Amber's the one character who already has it. I guess I'll take it. Alrighty, and then I guess we'll scout out here. Love Igneous. Yeah. I think that's why I gave that ring to you initially, because it was like, oh, the Igneous, you know, that's Amber does rocks. But it also fits with your kit. Okay. More battle. Let's go. Gather me a few more mushrooms? Oh, no. I was looking for a decent feather. For a thing. Little important. Little something. It's not important. Important enough to be a mystery, apparently. We snag what little bits of comfort we can in a world gone awry. Some people pray to God, some carry totems and talismans. On the edge of battle, sometimes I like to make my own little appeals to fate. Have you always done this? When it feels like the right time. Aha! First I gather the bits. Gotta have the bits. A feather for... Minnie, first I gather the bits, gotta have the bits, then I give them to all my friends. That's what Minnie should be saying. She gives them to all the lovelies. A feather for speed, a pebble for strength, and a bit of moss for wisdom. What does moss have to do with wisdom? You know something that would fit better? Fair. Then I make a short appeal for each person. They don't need to hear it themselves. I would only put them on the spot, start them overthinking. But I feel better having spoken it to the swamp. The swamp may not take suggestions, but you plant the seed just in case anything out there is in a listening mood. Satisfied with recently pocketed feather, Minnie heads back towards camp. Hey, let me join. If you like, don't feel obliged. Also, that was like a 34% chance. I hope this is succeeding. Cheeky follows Minnie into the tent. The rustling of itchy reeds grows distant and muffled. Minnie sets the feather, pebble, and moss in her bowl. Now, not the most flowery sentences. It's the feeling behind them that counts. But something like, may Trachea's friendships protect her more fully than the Grey Plane itself, and may Sundered's spear be guided true by his sense of our purpose. Oh, it's my turn. May, Amber? We haven't done her. Oh, I know. It's just, you know, sometimes when you're put on the spot, your words doesn't have to be anything groundbreaking. I'm sorry, I thought I'd have something to say. It's alright. She meant that sincerely too, which was the worst part. Minnie went through the wishes for the rest of the party, but Trachea didn't hear much. Oh, excuse me. If Minnie didn't mention anything for herself, just keep Minnie safe too, right? Oh. A Gore Lord. That's a very scary name for an enemy. Okay. Do Ashel's funny thing. Interfuse, interfuse. And then swap back to the bow. You are purposeless. No, you are not sundered. What are you even saying? Why are you like this, Sundered? You are great and you are loved. Let's move Sundered up a bit. Sundered, so many of us would not have met each other at all without you. So you're clearly not purposeless. You got good friends. I mean, Minnie can set you on fire if you're gonna keep up. I'm willing to let Minnie bonk you with fire. You keep that up. It might even get you killed. Who can say for sure? Do you want Minnie to bonk you with fire? Huh? I didn't think so. Alright, interfuse. Nice. And then Amber steps up here and goes Great Plane. Ooh, if I can line this up, I could, like, kill a lot of these guys with Amber. Ooh, nice, Thunder. Okay, Trachea steps up here and shoots. And then Ash roll. Oh, that's Minnie. Whoops. Okay, well, Minnie can do this. Not quite a kill. So Amber can get her her big combo off. Oh, I wish Amber and me were on the same team, so that, because my Vine Arm allows me to like move an ally or enemy unit a couple spaces away. I wish Amber was like right here for better better shots. Yeah, because Amber can't hit these guys without moving. That's fine. We'll do it like this. Amber moves and activates heroism. And shoots. And then shoots again. And fantastic. Alright. And that was Sundered. Whoops. For some reason I thought I was on Astral. That's fine. Astral steps here and shoots. And that's the battle. almost. I mean, there are more enemies that showed up, but that was everyone that was on the field. So let's get you out of Spectre Step. And then Amber steps up. And shoots. And just kills it in one hit. Nice. Oh, and where's the last enemy? Are they over here? Oh, yeah, they're over there. Okay. Oh, there are two of them. Minnie, then... Interfuses this wall, and is ready to discus next turn. I think they're just out of range, yeah. Oh, wait, but I could hit this, and then they could possibly get hit by the ricochet. Nice! Getting some damage out. I understand. So Astral can then shoot you. Good. Gosh, our team is so good. And then... see if we can't give the kill to Minnie somehow. No, it looks like we can't. Fine then. Sundered can get the kill. There we go. Amber's now Bluehorn Hunter. Attacks against wounded targets deal +1 damage. Ooh. Amber has plus 30% health. Once per combat has a swift action. Ooh, we want that. To guide her to a distant tile. Or through shot. Oh my goodness. I want Windwalk though. That is absolutely what we need from Amber. Plus health we give to... I guess Trachea? Okay. And we'll do this. Ophelia and Grimhaven are rivals. Yeah, of course I would form a hatred with the random NPC. Oh, plus health. More health. Give that to... looks like everyone with an empty... no, Trachea wouldn't benefit from it quite yet. But everyone else would. Give it to myself. Okay. I guess now we scout up here. Oh, interesting. It depicted us like moving over the range. Weird. It's another nothing day. Here in Green Plains, a humble but hailed tavern huddles in a rare patch of woods. To these sparse family prairie people, it is the unloneliest place there is. But I'm saying it's done. No more music, no more moth watching. Hush your gums over there. No one's putting you out, you lush. Stop drinking your fears. When you've given something bad to swallow, turn up your nose. Place isn't exactly a country miracle. Shame. That weasel-mouthed man exaggerated again. Now a newcomer's coming into the picture. His dreams full of coin clinks, cider, and fame. Wound up mustarding the hog and mustarding the rolls, mustarding the milk, practically soap. How much mustard did she have? Can't technically mustard all that. You actually can. I've seen it done. Definitely got a country smell. 60 years of pig grease. A whole roast that none of us would eat, and you know my gang, we're wolves, practically. But I make it my rule, you never eat bad mustard. Ah, hillfolk must have their run of the place. Only's rule, we all do know it. Greetings, hillfolk. Don't you worry now, I'm not kicking you out today. Huh? What? We'll talk costs, obviously. I'm new to this, but I'm no fool. I expect you to treat the furniture well. Who are you? Some furniture king? I'm the, no. That's what I was saying. Saying you only telling you they sold the... Here, help me drink this, so it'll be secret. A pearly-eyed purchaser comes to survey his new property. Inside is a bramble-mannered, unmild sort of woman who's used to getting her way. So they fight like chickens, but as we must suppose it's likely they fall in love. Or maybe the drunk messes up. I don't know what is happening. I read all of that and have no idea what just happened. I guess we're just witnessing some daily lives of people? What do you think happens? Do you think they fight? Do they fall in love? Or the drunk does something? It's all up to you guys. Love. Okay. You guys demand love. That night it rains, thick and cold. Like bad tasting rain. Oh, now we have our party. Yeah, move your moaning feet. Almost there anyway. Laughter and light pour from the open inn. They didn't even close their dinky door. Can ask them why once we're inside. More travelers, gather the stools. More people? Out with the slosh with you. Welcome to our tavern. Bring all your friends. Heal from the road. Only here is a good woman. She can help you. They met this morning. There's more than beef for being a little extravagant. That Slockhead's a handful, even when the trail hasn't made her crazy. It's prairie land. We need a little excitement. Ophelia, Bundard, and Grimhaven have given this wild land a walking through and called it safe, or safe enough. It's another nothing night Nick to waste before heading home. I like her roughster style and his fancy dress. You never do know out here. The rest will do the three of them some good. I don't know what happened just there. Did we just like stay at an inn where things were happening? What? I don't think this matters. Okay, we'll scout out here. Stitches of a story. Oh, fishy fish, I see you there with your fishy lips and your fishy stare. Oh, fishy fish with scales so blue. Hello there. Glack! Who's that? We were told Rathet Melonbelly made her home in these parts, an author of myths and histories. Would that be you? If I wasn't, would I be wearing her scarf or fishing in her pond? So what are you selling? Teeth brushes? Adventure clothes? Can't pay you in anything but fish. Actually, I'm something of a reader. I stumbled upon your work some time ago. The style was delightful, your passion for the subject is palpable as... but excuse me, I'm getting carried away. Oh, a reader are you? And a flatterer. I like you already. Thing is, my friends and I, there's a mystery we've been trying to solve. About this brooch, I was wondering if you might take a look at it. Yes, that's... Put a picture of this in my book, didn't I? Funny thing about it, though. What's that? Better come back to my cabin. That's where I keep all my notes. Guess I don't have to tell you how I went about collecting my stories. Traveling for years, picking up bits here and pieces there, wrote down everything I heard, then spent more years stitching them all together. The Vulture Queen. I remember finding half-remembered fragments of that tale in all kinds of places, sometimes so distorted by time they were barely recognizable. It's those types of stories interest me most. Keep me coming back, to pick at them like an old scab wondering what's underneath. Let's see now, one of these probably. Story I put in a book. Ooh, was really just the simplest account. Vulture, Queen of the Beasts, a tyrant who demanded all things pay her tribute in flesh, until our ancestors rose up against her, sealing away her immortal soul in a magical jewel thing. Those were the common points, like how most people told it, but you know, there's always one. See, I was bold and reckless in my youth, if you'll believe it, liked to go wandering deep into wild woods. In the last days of a balmy autumn, I chanced upon a lonesome cottage, home of an old hermit woman. Some called her a crackpot, some a weaver of spells, had a reputation for removing curses. But when she heard of my hobby, she welcomed me in and spun me a tale of the Vulture Queen. Her eyes shone, her chin quivered, she was adamant in the details, though they little resembled the other accounts I'd heard. Must have made it up herself, could have very well included in my book. Good story though, have a read. The pages are frail and time-worn, the writing looks like dog scratch. Trachea squints and begins to pluck words like berries from a bramble. Our land was cold and bitter, all life at the mercy of the sun's whims. It was Vulture, she alone, who dared defy. In her beak she captured it, the light of the sun itself, though it burned her feathers and scorched her skin. But down she dove, down and down, when at last she alighted. She was changed, mighty beyond measure, immortal as the fire she now commanded. Now with her gift she melted the frozen land. Rivers ran and green things grew, and all the beasts who then dwelled in the grey reaches, the flighty fox and the restless wren, the gangly goat and the torpid toad, they named her their queen. She whose courage and cunning had brought them life, and when their lives were spent, to her they pledged their flesh. A just tribute, the only one she required. So it was, and it would have always been, had there not come to the valley another family of beasts, they who called themselves human. Furless, featherless, afraid of the night, pitiful creatures she thought them, she allowed them to raise their homes in the shadow of her mountain, and often she would come down amongst them to offer them her wisdom. They would bow and grovel and sing her praises, but always they complained of the cold. So one day she brought to them a single flame from her mountain. In their hearts they were jealous of Vulture. Jealous and full of guile, they took her gift, and with it grew strong, spreading like vermin over the valley. But when she returned to claim her tribute, they refused to yield what was her due. And wielding the Vulture Queen's flame against her... I can't make out the next word. Sorry, it's... give it here. Oh, the flames climbed and... What is that, pine sap? But the loyal, protected, so her soul was bound. Ah, here's the pages better. Something about unspeakable agony, and then she would not die while the sun's fire was clutched in that grey mountain. She swore to capture every town and hamlet, to make the humans bow to her and call her queen. And so she did. That's it? That's the end? Said the same thing myself. After some badgering, I got the Herman woman to add this footnote. Later, a duplicitous dullard trapped the Vulture Queen's soul in a Dwemerald. The end. Certainly an unusual ending. Anyhow, like I said, I couldn't put that story in my book, but there was something else I took away with me that day. She showed me a ring with this symbol on it, said it was the crest of the Vulture Queen. Never seen its like anywhere else before, thought I might as well use it. They stay a few more hours sifting through Rathid's collection. You think it's possible? That's who we're at war with? A Vulture Queen? Too many similarities to be a coincidence. I mean, Volta? Yeah. Well, long journey back. Return to the Idlebrick Inn. Okay. So let's clear out over here. We'll move Astral and Trachea to join here. And we'll start moving towards Idlebrick with everyone else. Yeah. So there's going to be a fight here. Who do you want to fight this with, actually? Because maybe... Because I want to actually fight myself. Everyone's basically the same distance away. Amber, Astral, Sundered, Mini. Yeah, we'll take Amber. What's Astral doing again? Answer to austerity. Slush. Splush. An ancient immense grove soars at the heart of the singing forest. Great sequoias shoulder up to towering redwoods. Thick-grown cedars mob their knees. Incredible. How being so big could break no branch as it passes. I remember it well. They spotted it that morning. The apparition is familiar to Trachea, and to others through her stories of that night. Think what it would feel like to ride up on his back? I wonder if anyone ever has. The locals call him Lord Evergreen. They move into the flowing fog. Forward quietly, you two. The earth holds its breath. Dampness heavies their eyes, darkens their hair. Smears of silver shine on the trunks, roots, and stones. They stumble and feel a path over rocks and wrecks, chasing the giant through its noise-barren world. Mist will be completely opaque in a second. Oh, I think it stopped. It has stopped. Think he's aware of us? Now it turns about, somehow finding space. High and mostly hidden in haze, its face must hang above them. Are we in trouble? You? With bending bark sounds, creaky hips, folding legs, it gently lowers itself, fitting its bulk to attractive treeless ground. Look at the marbled rings of its wood. They're caught in its eyeless gaze, and a silence that grows and twists, grotesquely long. It could crush them. That fact is certain as the soil. Stomachs harden, innards clench, muscles coil. Attempt to communicate, snatch a twig from its mane. Bundard gives away her heart. Or go with him. Okay. So, our party can try to... These are all interesting choices. So the party can try to communicate. Or we can try to take something from it. Both of those are roughly 0.5% chance. Then Bundard gives away her heart. We've done this event before. We've seen it before, but I don't remember. I think we did gives away the heart last time as well. I don't remember what it did, though. Or Trachea can give her pet pinecone friends to go with it. Communicate? But I kind of want to see what the pinecone friend does. Right, like this is a unique interaction. I think Trachea got the pinecone friend from the previous time we saw this thing. Because like this is a follow-up to an event we saw last time. Kind of here for the pinecone too? Yeah. Trachea, give up your pinecone friend. Trachea knows suddenly that this is right. There's so much I'd wish to unravel. About you, your good heart has taught me a lot already. But here's who you come from, and he's a lonely being. Your father wants you, can teach you all your life. I've still got my companions. I'll be glad to know you're walking the world in safety and in power. This little girl will be your inheritor, won't she?
Cute.
Perhaps in response, the mist thickens round them all, spirals tight as a white spooling yarn. Then an image flashes into their minds. Lands of long ago, the air a-swirl with smoke and cinders, silence as the trees die. Quake-deep silence, cracked with bark splits and sap spits and fire. Only one young sequoia outlasts the inferno. You have been lonesome, haven't you? A resonance fills Trachea's body suddenly. A calm and strengthening wish of wellness emanating from this ancient being that she swallows into her soul. Trachea +1 health. And then Lord Evergreen appears ready to be off. Goodbye, Lil Cone. I'll see you, I hope, someday. It leaps to a happy perch on his father's shoulder. The giant stands once more. And goes. Don't ask me what it all means. There's things that were meant to be beyond us, I think. Come on. They make their way out of the woods. Noise wakes around them. Ought to be committed to the page. The pine planters walk. The earth's not fragile, but there's always a new threat. Something else we're protecting. Generations will pass, quiet and slow, but not so lonely. Oh, that one was cute. Oh, I liked that. I liked that a lot. Oh, hey, a water spirit. It's gonna go through the door, isn't it? Oh, the bastard. I mean, if we open the door, Amber could just like warp over there, but I don't actually know who wants that water weapon. Yeah. We don't care about you. I guess Bundard. I guess we'll try to get Bundard over there. What's Bundard's movement range look like? Oh, not that bad. Okay, so Trachea can just get all the way over here. Open the door. Which admittedly might not be the smartest move, but it is the move I'm going to make. Bundard steps up here. Amber. Oh, I don't remember what the... Bundard has the Celestial Leg, right? Which leaves... Celestial Path. When Bundard leaves a tile, 40% chance to make the tile grant +10 accuracy to allies standing on it. Right, so Bundard just leaves little tiles that grant us accuracy. Oh, we could, once per combat. Okay, maybe I don't want to use that right now. We will move here. And shoot. Yeah, we can get a kill. Which puts Amber in gray plane. So, you know, that's good. Grim-Even. We don't care too much about Grim-Even. But we'll shred armor. And do some damage. I'll make use of the Celestial buff, though. Do some good damage. Not bad, not bad. Oh, don't get killed, Bundered. Yeah, maybe I should not have thrown a level 1 Mystic right up into the front lines. Whoops. Ow, okay. Okay, goodbye, Grim even. Yeah, we don't really care about you. Grim even holds dangerous attention long enough for the others to secure their footing. No more deaths today. Goodbye, Grim even. We hardly knew you. Gosh, Trachea is so tanky now, though. What, like... Do I have to start giving Trachea, like, melee weapons to make use of this tankiness? Okay, where's Amber? Amber is... right there. Okay. Now I think we definitely go heroism. And we get to... start killing. Oh, no kills quite yet. Okay, fine. We'll start softening them up then. I think Thunder would be good for that. Interfuse. Yeah, we can do this. And then Splinter Blast. Try to not hit Amber with it, though. No matter what we do, we're going to hit Amber with this. Okay. I'd like to Splinter Salvo. Explode 2 or more interfuse with it into a higher... Okay. So that's why you can't use it. Oh, fine then. I'll hit you. Amber can get a kill. Trachea can step forward. No, wait. There's a trap there. Okay. 23% chance for 1 tread. I'm willing to take that risk. And then Trachea can peck you, which means Amber can get that kill. And Trachea has 2 bows. Oh, but Trachea could... No, flying wouldn't help us. I guess hit him, yeah. And then... Amber shoots for kill. And then Wind walks over here. And shoots for the kill. Yeah, Amber, you just got 3 kills in 1 turn. You're doing pretty well. Okay. And then I will step up here. And miss. Great. Amber, more like killer. Gosh, if we add Alex into this game, how, like, Amber's already filling the role of, like, the incredible assassin. I love violence. Don't we all? Oh, no, Bundard. Oh, no. Hey, Sundered? What do you think? Because we're not really using Bundard, and we're basically at the end of the campaign, so I don't necessarily feel like we need to restart this battle just to save Bundard. Like, we're not going to use her? Time to let me die? Bundard dies and deals 13 damage. I'll die with bow song on my lips. Bundard explodes toward her foe. Good job, Bundard. Gosh, I hope I don't die. Okay, so we're not really out of the woods yet. Have hero in 5 consecutive turns in gray play. Damn it, Amber, you're so strong. Now we only have hunters left, so let's maybe step back a bit and reconsider our options. Like I'm kind of hurting. Though I do have access to Fox Flight if I need it. And Amber steps back, walls with everyone. Shoe bird. Oh, there's a bird around Trachea. I mean, besides Trachea herself. There's a bird besides the one that Trachea is. Because Trachea is a bird. And a fox now. That's a funny one. So the other weapon I have is a knife, yeah. I can get that kill, yeah. And then Trachea, I think. Okay, so that one, that's the one we want to kill first, I feel. Nice. And just don't kill me. Good. Shoot you. And shoot. There we go. Nice. And a torch. I guess we can give it to Amber. She's not holding anything else. Potency. Potency, that's good on Minnie. The air felt too thick to breathe in the hours after battle. Chopping wood was barely a distraction. Ophelia? You haven't said a thing since Grimhaven. Right, I was rivals with Grimhaven. We used to joke about who would outlast the other. I don't think either of us truly wanted to know the answer. I'll just bring back the rest of this wood then. I lost my rival! Grimhaven fell in the battle of Singing Forest. I'm sorry to see you go, friend. What is best? Let's bury her quietly near her family. Grimhaven will be forgotten. Grimhaven won it this way. Bundered Bant fell in battle Singing Forest. And Sunder's the one grieving her. Sorry to see you go, friend. What is best? Construct a tomb to commemorate her story. Alrighty. So some of us will... Frankly, I don't think we need to secure this, actually. I think we'll send... Oh, our team is a lot smaller now. I don't know. Me and Trachea will do it. Well, everyone else, I think. No, we need... No, instead of Trachea, I mean Astral will do it. And everyone else goes here. Yeah, because this shouldn't be a fight. So we're not going to need to fight here. Okay. Yeah, I don't care about building any of those. Add Astral there, and I guess I'll also just gather there. No, we can craft something for me there. Or we can craft something for anyone here. Amber... We can make Amber a better bow. Take all our LP to make a level 3 bow. Who else needs better weapons? I need better weapons. Oh, Trachea really needs better weapons. Yeah, same deal. Trachea would take up all of the LP, but might be worth it. No, it's only a little bit more damage. We'll make the level 2 bow for Trachea. Oh. Yeah, no, we craft for Trachea this bow, craft item, and then I will come this way. Okay. Okay. This is fine. I might cancel this one, actually. Continue. Everhell crafted for Trachea. Now just continue going forward. It's a sticky afternoon sky. Long grasses hum at the touch of a fitful breeze. The familiar lines of Idlebrick Inn growing harder in the haze. Minnie remembers another day like this one. A roof that needed patching. A pair of adventurers plodding up the road to meet her. A simple beginning to a winding story. She wonders how it'll end. Hey, there's a person heading our way. That Boric? Look at him zip. Hey, give me a moment. Old legs don't move like they used to. Could have fooled me the way you were flying. That reason you had to come scampering all this way? There's a prisoner out front. Amber and Ophelia sent me to... I'm sorry, did you say a prisoner? That was fast. You don't sound so surprised. I had a hunch. I asked Amber to look into it for me. That's why she went on ahead. Party's smaller now? I wonder why. I don't know. Maybe because a couple people died. Don't worry about it. Okay. But why keep it a secret? We've been working together for how many years? Sorry, I don't know. I just wanted to be sure before I... Amber steps forward to meet them, impatient to impart her news. Waited down by the canyon entrance, just like he said, and there she came, scrawny woman wearing Volta's crest. Not even a hello? There's hardly any fight in her at all. We bound our arms and marched her back here, just the two of us. It's her. That Brocken? How did you know, Minnie? Little things. When I first saw the brooch, I thought it looked familiar, and when I heard Rathat's story, I hoped I was wrong, but here we are. I see, and her lady who lived in the mountain was Volta, I suppose. Those squatters were our enemies as much as yours. Sure, but if I had to choose between letting Deepest dig their holes in some mountain or bowing to your Queen Volta... I'm grateful for the aid that you gave us. I did wish that some of you might understand, but time, it seems, has wrought little change in the human heart. What are we to understand? Volta has shown us nothing but cruelty. Maybe if you told us what she was trying to... You have set yourselves against my queen. I will tell you nothing. Fine, let me see if I can put it together. We heard the legend of the Vulture Queen. Can't say how much of it's true, but it fits Volta well enough. So she found some way to escape her prison and return to Grey Mountain. Wasn't enough, though, just to be free. She wanted to make us suffer, to make us grovel. The Draven and Morthagi and the mercenaries, she set them against each other to create chaos, maybe for her amusement. Those who survived she made into her army. Her soldiers one day, her meal the next. She used them all, just like she's been using you. You know nothing! We were shivering, cowering beasts when we first came to this valley, calling ourselves human as if that meant something. She was powerful beyond our understanding. She could have swept us away with one beat of her mighty wings, but no. From her mountain she looked down and pitied us. She shared with us the things she held most precious. We recognize her as our rightful queen, our protector, our savior. Until they betrayed her. Because she was a greedy tyrant? She asked nothing of us that she did not ask of all beasts. Why must you bury your dead? You'd rather feed the worms? So I chose to stand with her where I belonged, where my loyalty was due. Look, Bracken, I'm not going to defend those ancients. They're just storybook characters to me. Whatever they did was right or wrong or somewhere in between, I don't know. But what's Volta doing now? Killing and conquering us over some old grudge? Hard to see her as a benevolent ruler. She's not what... It was the humans made her be long ago. Yeah, just how old are you anyway? The breeze picks up for a moment. Minnie's the first to walk away. Not much else we need to know, right? It's on to Grey Mountain. What do we do with our captive? Don't want to kill her. Don't like the idea of setting her loose either. Oh, you can leave her with me. I'd like to get a good sketch. Sorry, no, we don't know what Bracken's capable of. By her implication, I would gather she's ancient. How about the old tried and true method? Tying me to a tree. Just need to keep you out of our hair for a bit. Alrighty. Let's assault Grey Mountain. When you arrive, you'll have the chance to make final preparations. When the fight is over, the game will end. Right, right. We do get final preparations. Okay. Well, sorry, me, but you haven't really caught up in usefulness in time. So this is going to be our final party. Let's do it. And I guess I can hang out here. Build defenses. Also, I learned something interesting. You know how last time I chose to stay with the underground cultists and, like, basically betray everyone? It turns out that event does change your character. But because I already had the leaf mark, what it does is your character gets, like, a shaved head and, like, gets tattoos on their head. But since I already had the leaf mark thing, because I'm already part plant, that couldn't, like, overwrite that. So that's why, like, I showed up in the second half of that, like, not any different. Because I was already part plant. Alright, I'm gonna take a drink of water. Some of them have been up to in the mountain before. With a few false steps, they remember the turns. Meanwhile, in the woods, where they left Bracken tied, time trickles on. Day blends with night, years with decades. Measurement is futile in the face of the infinite. But there are some memories that live in the mind, undulled by the ages that pass between. She was truly young then, the ungainly runt of an otherwise prosperous litter. More than any of them, she'd known the wind's bite, the despair of a starless night, and so more than any of them, she'd loved the dawn and day. She was simple, complacent, ruled by no great ambition, only a dog's desire to please. They laid their plans without her, and she harbored no suspicion. When the day came for their queen to claim her tribute, stop it! Why? Out of the way! It wasn't courage in that moment, it was devotion. A devotion that blotted out fear and thought, compelled her to defy her own blood. The price she'd had no time to consider. Fragile beast, wake up. Your heart beats again. You have proved yourself true. Worthy of the greatest gift. Queen Volta? I was dead? Your foolish brethren thought so, but you are not beyond my call. I do not remember. This light. Did you know that I captured it long ago? A beak full of sun's flame, torn from the sky, the prize of my daring, the source of my eternal life. And now the smallest piece of it resides in you. A piece of the sun. No lesser magic would bend you. Only as her eyes grew accustomed to the glare of the light did Bracken perceive the extent of what had come to pass. My queen, your face. You look... I look like you, don't I? My beak, my feathers, the traitor's flame stripped me of my beauty, and as I bent my powers to save you, I somehow slipped into this thing. A consequence of the bond we now share, perhaps. Then, the Queen Volta, do you really mean... My body wobbles as if it were formed of jelly. These arms do not allow me to fly, no matter how I flap them. But it will be a pittance of years. The sun shall restore me to what I was. And in the meantime, Brodog? Ah, Bracken I am called. Bracken? Were you named for the hair-riding plant growth? Well, not Queen Volta, why would you have... Because, loyal Bracken, I know you will never betray me. I keep flapping, but these do nothing! A piercing shriek jolts her from her half-sleep. It's just the saying goes, clever birds make quick work of knotted ropes. Now come, lead me home. That's not great. Well, it's blocked, the way we went before. It would have been here. Thank you, Lady Buzzard. I was hoping for a nap. Let's get our gear in order, right? Okay. Why are the... Okay, they're there. Now we do have an opportunity to get stronger weapons. Also, looks like we have a lot of materials, perhaps, to actually get tier 3 stuff, yeah. Let's upgrade Amber's weapons, considering Amber's been rocking the tier 1 weapons and still doing so much damage. Yeah, I think this. And then she has a leaf dagger. I'll look at what everyone else needs. Mini, if we got this. More damage! We need more damage. Always more damage. If we got this for Mini. So that's more spell damage. That would be good. I think everyone's armor... Trachea could use an armor upgrade. This one, yeah. And then... we do not have the materials to upgrade this wand. Okay. Well, yeah, this should be good. Unless we want to also upgrade. No. No, we can't. We can't upgrade Amber's dagger. Okay. Excuse me. Yeah, this should be good then. Let's go! Look at the laggards moseying along without a care in the world. I think we can assume they don't know we're coming. Tracing the mountain's perimeter, even the likeliest way is little guarded. They keep above the road and to its left, ducking behind boulders that sound or movement from below. The patrols they pass are easily skirted. Last mountain we ever climb? What do you think? Up Great Mountain and around wraps the cart road. Until... not the most impressive entrance, but maybe our Vulture Queen has her own way in? There's no actually telling what's beyond the gate. Even to me, the legends are over vague. And how much of what's in the legends is rooted in truth? But it's time, I guess. Yeah, it's time. And in case any of us... it's alright. I know what you're going to say, but let it go. We'll plan on surviving. How about that? A brief tussle, and they gain the entrance. Not far left to go. Alrighty, let's go! Okay. Let's take a look at the map. Ooh, big map. Big map. Ophelia likey big maps. Okay. So let's move Trachea first. We want to take care of these guys. Mini steps up here and throws a cone of fire. I'll take that guy a Spectre Step and do a lot of damage there. Astral, swap weapon, get the free interfuse. Here. There's a little Ophelia like the big maps. I like the big maps. Look, I like Fire Emblem Genealogy of the Holy War. That game has massive maps. Like this is just a thing. And you dodged, of course you do. I guess Amber can get a kill. And you have a crossbow, yeah. So we'll have Sendard go in and kill you. Strike. Well, let's set him on fire with the fire chicken. And then strike. Just teasing. Yeah, I know. It's okay, we support you in things. Why would you do this? Why would you sound the alarm? Okay. Sundered. You can go over here. Oh, and you can still hit even from here. Nice. Sundered with that range. Trachea, I think... no, Trachea doesn't move next. Astral moves next. So we can just... oh, is that too close? Okay. Let me take you a Spectre Step, I guess. Trachea... just shoot. And then Mini... yeah. Cone of Fire. And Amber... And then we're just one-shots. So the nice thing about enemies with like 2 HP is, if we look at Minnie. Minnie has this Indignant ability. Enemies that come within 2 tiles of her take 3 damage. I feel like I'd have it. Oh, good night, Shori. Thank you for coming by. So, I feel like I always say this thing. I say thank you for coming by. It's always good having you, but you know, it's true. It's so true. Thank you so much. I'll talk to you later. Yeah, we have our collab tomorrow. Everyone look forward to that. Shori and I are going to be playing We Were Here tomorrow. It's going to be at Shori's normal time. So, 4 p.m. Pacific time, 7 p.m. Eastern time. Yeah, it's going to be fun. It's going to be fun. So everyone, that's where we'll be. But yes, for tonight, good night, Shori. Okay, so Minnie. Just stepping near that will kill it, yeah. And then we can interfuse. And do this. Good. Trachea steps up. It's nice that most of our party is, like, ranged. Okay, Asho can go here. Still has the infusions. Hits there. Nice. Amber can get over here. And miss there, I guess. And Sunder goes here. So if they get anywhere close to Sunder, he's gonna fucking stab him. Yeah. Sunder does the stab. Sunder can also do this. You can step in close. And then Zealous Leap to get closer. And then swap to the axe and... Yeah! Go so that I... No one knows. No one knows. Canuck is... You know that meme of the person in, like, the back of a party? Canuck's like, nobody knows that I'm Ophelia. I was like, hi, Canuck. You're catching us during the final battle of this campaign. And we have assembled quite the team here. Nice one, Thunder. Doing 10 damage to something with 2 HP. Here's what we'll do. We'll have Minnie step up here. And then interfuse with something in here so we can see what's in here. Okay, nothing. That's good to know. So we'll step near the door, but we're not going to open it this turn. Astral, what's something that will last a while? The wheelbarrow will last the longest, probably. And I guess this rock. Amber steps in close. And Silk steps. Yeah, and so next turn we open the door. Guard. Open door. The Mountain Shaper, more flock flames. More flock flames. More flock flames. Lots of enemies. Okay. So we still can't see a lot. Something we'll have to figure out, I guess. Okay, well, there's the Mountain Shaper. Okay. We have the axe out. No, we can't use the fire chicken. Because the axe would be better. Okay. Trachea moves in. I'm just going to go right down the middle. Do we start working on the mountain shaper? I think we do. We've got a bunch of Great Plains. Amber is definitely time for Amber's big combo. So we'll actually save that for a little bit later. Oh, I moved Asheville too far. Whoops. Mini. Move forward. Kill you with Cone of Fire. Okay, so Amber, we can't see the Amber's accuracy against it right now, but let's Windwalk a lot closer. And then Heroism. And a shoot. And shoot this to get Great Plane back. And shoot. Nice! Awesome. That was good. We can kill all these things by just walking up to them with Mini. Oh, whoa. What are they doing? There's a lot of enemies here. You know, maybe we'll move Trachea forward a bit so that we can kind of start getting to work on killing some of the scarier ones. I guess try to kill you. Okay, not quite a kill, but Mini can step by it, get the Indignant's kill. And Cone of Fire. That, yeah, look at that. Big AoE. Astral then steps up here. Can they kill you? Not quite. Oh, well, they need interfuses. Swap weapon, interfuse with the banner. Interfuse with the other banner. And that should be good for them for a while. Now they can kill. Yeah. Amber, of course, assassinates, as she is wont to do. And Thunder steps up here and stabs with the spear. Great. Good. No one has taken any damage yet. Also, that thing just walked into the fire of its own accord. Genius. Oh, now Ashel's taking damage. Yeah, okay, so we're gonna move up. Just try to keep moving. Again, most of our party are archers, so like, you know, we're fine to just move if we want. Oh, chests. Oh, there are chests? Oh, that's a chest there. I see chest, I go for chest. I don't even know what could possibly be in these things. We're on the final battle, but chests. Sundered, open this chest for us. Okay, well, we still don't know. Trachea, shoot this guy. Mini, step over here. Nice. And cone of fire. Okay, that's fine. I want to know what's in the chests. Can Astral, like, attack scenery? No, you can only attack scenery close by, huh? Move, attack scenery. Nope. That's fine. Let's move back. We didn't need Astral's turn anyway. Amber moves in. And kills this guy. Okay, Sundered. Really can't open the chest, have to break it? That's fine. Oh, there's nothing in the chest. It was just a decoration. Oh, now I'm mad. I mean, surprised? No, but mad, yes. Let's move in. Clambering out of the dark places come all the masked and hollow-eyed faithful, flocked around with fiery familiars. There is yet no sign of their master. Volta, you're here, aren't you? Are your soldiers so dispensable? If you are what the legends say you are, why cower in the dark? Her words hang briefly in the air, then fade. The cavern echoes with boot scrapes and buzzard calls. Maybe we should have just brought her, that Thule woman. Brocken, you mean? I like the tree thing. In the smoke, in the rock musk, all seems immovable and dark, save for the flare and shadow of their closing foes. The mountain is mute. It will watch them die. But then... the wall splits. A warm gust hits their faces. Only one thing moves in the heat, tall and terrible. Even noise is burned away. Vulture eyes sweep the chamber and settle on Trachea. Is this all? 5 chattering magpies flaunting their plumes. The name of my servants sour in their beaks. You surely come a long way. Face my armies, face my kindlings. Face horror and death. Ranks of assailants gather again, as if summoned from smoke and stone. We have not faced me. The last battle begins then. Volta of Grey Mountain. Rising towering with eyes that seem torn from the core of a star. Deathly odors pool and pour from the blood-black robe, gliding hungrily forward. Oh, okay. Just there. Got it. Silk Step. Mini, then, I think we interfuse with this. And then steal the fire onto her. I can't believe we're reenacting the myth by setting her on fire by stealing it. Lovely. Oh, this is great. Okay. Astral. Shoot for big damage, but you dodged. Great. Amber can come over here to snipe. She didn't learn her lesson about fire safety the first time. Oh, I might have left Amber vulnerable. Oh, no. She'll be fine. Yeah, look at that. Amber's fine. Oof. Okay, that's a lot of damage on Astral, though. Oh, what is that? Is that Volta's attack? That's not great either way. Okay. Sundered. How far can Sundered get? We could finish this guy off. I understand the risks. Good. So we fire chicken, which you blocked. Fun. And then beat you up. Trachea. So we're gonna fly back just a bit. So we can shoot you. Mini, I think. Constrict would be good. 10 magic damage. Good. Staggered, Volta's great frame folds in. But the stone door glides open, and fast she whirls away. Light, heat, seeps between feathers, fills the fissures in her flesh. The 5 of them share a glance and follow. That altar, let's bust it up. Destroy the Sun Clutch altar. Okay, so, she ran away. Coward. Shoot you, but that would just take you out of Spectre Step. Then maybe shoot you. So we move down here. Yeah, shoot you. And then Amber. Can we get a kill with the stab? No, we can't. Okay. Well then, I think Amber Silk Steps. And we just kind of hope... No, we can't really just hope that Astral doesn't die. Here, we move in here to wall with Astral. And then... Oh no, we shoot this one? Okay. So Astral should hopefully be fine. Oh, no, Astral sees darkness approaching like a wave. Oh, okay. So our options are fall back if you need to, just focus on surviving. So Astral just loses health this campaign, which doesn't matter because we just don't have her for this battle. So this would be the correct choice. But Amber could take the blow. Amber falls back. And Astral gets temporary health back. Or we let Astral die, which I don't want to do. Interesting. Amber has already used her heroism skill, but still does a ton of damage anyway. But also that's Astral's thing, doing a lot of damage. So either of them, I'd be fine with either of them. So Amber, do you want to take the hit for Astral? But Amber's so good. She is, yes. Amber's so strong, but so is Astral. We've been focusing a lot on Amber's strengths. But Astral just, like, hits hard. Oh, you're not dying. You're just getting injured for Astral's sake. Do you want to take the hit for Astral? I don't mind if you, Wait, Sunderd, what are you... Are you trying to kill Amber? What are you trying to tell me to do, Sunderd? You'll take the hit? Okay. Okay. No, oh, you're saying to kill Astral? Why would you want to kill Astral? No one dies? No death. Oh, no death. Okay. No one dies today. Okay. So, Amber, you'll take the hit? Got it. Amber takes the low men for Astral. What are you... I'll be fine. No time for chatting, though. And then Astral takes another big hit. Oh, okay. We'll be fine, though. We'll be fine. Okay, so I understand the risks. Who's here? Strikes. Don't see enemies behind us. And that was a step too far. Whoops. Okay. Minnie steps up here. Kills that with her sheer presence. And... oh, gosh. That's not great. Okay, good. Sunderd wants a party wipe. Sunderd wants hugs. Sunderd wants to hug the corpses of his friends. Clearly. Okay, that's a lot of flock flames. And again, Minnie's the best to take care of those because she just walks by them and they die. And there's Volta. She's coming back for us. Oh, okay. So we don't want to get hit by that. So what if we do like this? We kill them. Oh, and we can't quite reach. Okay, fine. Infuse. What if we... No, we can't reach them either. Constrict. Here, I guess. Astral steps over here, which apparently isn't in range. A swap weapon, interfuse with the banner. And then shoot for a whole bunch of damage. Sundered is going to save our flank. And Trachea will step up. And we'll get another big hit. Nice. Okay. So no one got hurt. So we just have to keep staying out of this AoE. Shouldn't be too hard. Oh no, Astral took another hit. Okay, what can Minnie do? I kind of want to use Minnie to, like, kill all these things. Like, we step here. Then she gets all these things off our backs. Even if that means you kind of then can't help damage Volta. So let's just, like, move back out of the AoE. Trachea, I think we maybe just, like, silks up with Trachea. And Astral steps out of the AoE. And shoots. And Sundered walls up with Trachea. And again, no one gets hurt. But that's a lot of fire. But she willingly stepped through it. Okay. No! Astral! No! Amber, no! Your sacrifice was vain. Astral died again. I mean, lose 2 health for the remainder of the game. Yeah. We're not gonna let Astral die. Oh, goodness. We're just in a lose our lives kind of day, aren't we? Meanwhile, Trachea and Sundered have, like, so much health and then also a bunch of bonus health and also so much armor. Like, they're nigh invulnerable. But everyone else is dying. Should have been me. I mean, nobody's dying, so we're fine. Okay. So this is 10 damage, and this is also 10 damage. But this can grant extra health. So we do this. Yeah, okay. Gosh, okay, Leaf is such an overpowered element. Oh, the Flock Flames. The Flock Flames are making her stronger. I understand. Kill those. Yeah. And then constrict. Yeah. Protected by the spirit of Bunder. Perhaps. Yeah, seriously, Trachea and Thunder are gonna be fine. Like, their health is absurd. What is this power you have? What? Wings of Flame. Every turn, Volta of Great Mountain progress to release giant beams of light in the direction of every nearby enemy. The beams damage and blind enemies. Blade Spark. An ally's attack spawns fire. Ally spawn a Flock Flame on death. I'm trying to figure out how to actually damage her. Do we just keep trying? Oh, so I'm just blinded. We don't have any way to help that, really. Okay, it looks like here's safe. Blocked, great. Mini steps over here, which does damage. And then Cone of Fire. And Thunder goes over here. And gets blocked. This is fine. Ow. Oh no, Minnie might be next to die. Oh no. Okay, well, we're doing well there. What do we need to do? There's so many of these Flock Flames. They just keep coming. Okay. Go over here. Drake can peck that one. And then do some damage. Mini goes up here. We can interfuse with one of these fires and do some fire damage. Nope, I guess not. And then this is not an AoE, I think. Oh, I mean, we can just attack from here, though. And get blocked. Great. At least Minnie doesn't have to worry the Flock Flames. It's the Talon Storm she has to fear. Oh my goodness. Her heart drums against her ribs. Her veins flow with a primal fire. She hears its whisper as she did that first day when it climbed her arms and tickled her sides. It promises a swift and beautiful end. And I'm not ready for that, or... Alright, let's go. Oh. Minnie gets a special death by blowing up? Oh my goodness. Oh. It's the final battle. Oh. Why do they give such good bonuses for dying? Rip Minnie. Yeah. Goodbye, Minnie. I want to see this. She only has to let go. The flames leap like a tightly coiled spring and surround her. They blend into one and burst, raining fire on their foes. I'm sorry, Minnie. She died once again. Oh. Now it's just Sundered and Trachea. They can do it. I believe in them. Okay, Trachea, step over here. Shoot. What? Where are you getting all this health from? What? How do I defeat you? What? Do I have to, like, put out all the fires or something? Is this something dumb like that? But, like, she keeps setting fires. Like, how am I supposed to keep them down? Because I can't get rid of all these flock flames, surely, because like they just keep spawning. Yeah, look at that. They don't end. So if I leaped over here and get blocked again. What the hex? Oh, Trachea's all out of armor. Whoops. Thunder's all out of armor too. So what happened to Trachea? Trachea has some kind of stats condition on her. This is a hard fight. Okay. Strike. Oh, Drake is just blinded. Got it. Can I not hit Volta? That's fine. I'll just take one of the flock flames. I should have considered that. Oh no, even the mighty Sundered might fall. Ah! Oh no! They're just gonna like overwhelm Sunder with sheer numbers. And Trachea. Yeah. I think we lost this fight. Oh my goodness. Let's see. We should have saved during the battle at some point. Oh my goodness. Okay. Let me look up real quick if I was doing something wrong. How do I fight Volta? How do I beat Volta? So long since you had a reason to bonk me. I'm sorry. Sunder, could you please try to find how I beat Volta? While I try to. Oh, hey, it did actually autosave during the battle, huh? And everyone's still alive at this point. Nice. We don't have to do the whole thing. In fact, it's after Volta already showed up. Nice. That's rather nice. Yeah. So let's not get Astral killed this time, because that's where things started to go wrong. So Minnie will move. Who are we on? We're on Astral right now. Minnie's out of actions. Okay. So Amber, I think. goes over here. And Silk Steps. Well, Astral retreats? Where to, though? Is there anywhere that's going to be out of range? I guess if I take cover behind the... No, table has no cover. If I go over here, that should maybe provide cover. And then interfuse with the chest and actually use Astral's abilities as a mystic to pin. Okay. Oh, no, Astral still took a hit from there. But they can't hit Trachea. And, no, Astral still died. Okay. Well, we're gonna do this. At least we know that, like, if we lose again, we'll also start at a point where Astral is still alive. How many more autosaves did it create during the battle? Oh, just the turn 1 and turn 11. Got it. Okay. Sundered. We want Sundered to get in here. Yeah, I understand. And straight here. I should have done that with the axe. Trachea is blinded. That's not the end of the world. Amber comes over here. Shoots you. Something about an altar that I need to destroy? Ah, that would make sense. So we need to go into that room past her. Got it, okay. Thank you. Yeah, that makes sense. Interfuse with Banner. And then do nothing with it, I guess. Okay. And mini kills with sheer presence. Okay, so Volta's back. So we just kind of need to get past her. Remind me again. Amber has a stone bow and a leaf dagger. Okay. Right, the witch carver. Which Amber apparently has no plans to use in any nefarious manner. I don't really need to bother shooting those guys. We've got mini. Okay. We're going to move up next to Trachea. Remind me, oh, Amber's already in Great Plain. Okay. I was like, why can't I go into Great Plain? Because already in Great Plain. Everyone huddle up. Everyone huddle up around Trachea. As our strategy has been this entire time, we just huddle up around Trachea. Okay. So destroy the altar. So let's go to the altar and break it. Mini, I think we go over here. Maybe just like... Can't do cone of fire. Okay, interfuse these mushrooms. It should be fine. Pin you. You know, for later. Sunder can stick around. Okay, she's gonna do that Talon Claw attack again. But this time we'll be prepared for it. I mean, not really prepared in like a mechanical set. Oh, she didn't. Okay. Oh, whoops! I did not mean to do that with Sunder. Fine. Sunder can break the altar. Alrighty. The altar's down. Let's move in for the kill. Guess I could fly. Nice stunt. Wild grasp. Pin her once more. And then shoot. Get too close to Mini? Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay, that's fine. So, Trachea. Shoots. Oh, why can't I... Oh, like, are they blocking my shot? Yeah, okay, they were. So Trachea shoots. And then Amber shoots. And let's see if Mini can't get the finishing blow. First gotta kill all these flock flames by moving. Let's see, Cone of Fire might get the finishing shot. Ooh. Yeah! Yeah! And we got to kill her with fire. Lovely. Love that. A shriek shreds the sudden dark. And then the majesty of the Vulture Queen shrinks, blurs, and leaves a small and twisted woman in the shadow of that once great shape. The captured sun has gone black as a doused coal. Her body lies broken, but breath still whispers on her lips. The cycle's getting pretty painful, isn't it? Stop. Don't come closer. Flick-hopping little fleas, gnawing under my wings. You cannot hope to end me. I will go on eternally. What's that old line? Immortality is a word for mortality not yet proven. A fangless snake can only hiss and squirm. Our ancestors managed it once before. Why not enter her here? In these halls, among her shattered monuments, let the mountain be her living tomb. Humans, fruit-guzzling doggins, lanky-limbed pinstrels, wrecking what they want when it can't be had. Queen Volta! Brocken is late, barreling down the corpse-strewn corridors, panic mounting, to arrive at this unimaginable scene, the unhappy end of her journey. Stand back, all of you! They mean to entrap me, entomb me. You must... Put the knife down, Brocken. Foolish me, I hope to spare you, but if you force our hands, we won't show mercy a second time. They destroyed it, the fire that... But see, Brocken, see, I do not die. While an ember survives, I linger, and... Volta's voice trails off, but in this chamber, sometimes words grow stronger and echo. This light, did you know that I captured it long ago? A beakful of sun's flame, torn from the sky, the prize of my daring, the source of my eternal life. And now the smallest piece of it resides in you. All is in ruins, the great flame quenched. What was and what is, both are vivid in Brocken's mind, but divided by an immeasurable chasm, one she cannot bridge. And then comes clarity. My queen, it was my doing. This form you took, this prison you inhabit, my humanity, it was like a curse on you. Her fingers tighten around the dagger's hilt. Brocken? I said, the dagger isn't meant for them. It's not meant for her, master. Quickly, decidedly, she twists it round. The blade is sharp, it passes cloth and flesh, it pierces its mark. Brocken! What was heart wrapped in crystal flame cracks, shatters. It flares and flickers, then goes out. Oh. They feel it, cold. An ancient magic unravels, ribbons that dissolve into shivering mist. The stranger settles on Minnie's tongue with a sour, prickly taste like an unripe plum. And for a moment, reality is a raft on black waters. She forgets her friends, their desperate struggle, and is carried away to a new-formed land, a lonely land, bleak and empty. She feels nothing but a great longing, a mouth-souring desire without object. A hunger, not for meat or marrow, but for kin. Notice, admiration, and its exchange. Things to fill a heart. The vision blanks and she's back in the belly of a mountain. But rather than a robed queen... Squeak! You close your eyes. You alright? When did the... This is all that's left. Do we kill it? It skips away up broken steps. Turns a wild gaze upon the wreckage. Hey bird, you see all this? This is your mess. It cocks its head. Doesn't remember. You don't know that. The vulture stretches its wings, feeling its way through every feather. Then it springs up and away. Minnie takes a half step forward, raises her wand, but her limbs won't go any further than that. And the bird is gone. They stand in the dark, speechless, and then they file out. The path they fought down now eerie and silent. Strange, did anyone else see something? Feel something? I mean, it was maybe a memory? When, just now? No, I don't know. Sorry, nothing, I guess. Thought I was somewhere else for a second. There's definitely a moment that made me unsure of my own shape. Oh, also, Astral has a scar now. I just noticed. I find it hard to look at the land the same way. From such heights, it's like a map you want to study, and you forget people live down there. Get caught up in our head sometimes, don't we? Golden rivers vein the valleys, a glimmer in thin, bright light. The land is still, and the wind is toothless. It'll be a tangled story if we want to tell it. They'll tell it, and others will tell it after them. Our most loved legends live long as the sun. The shape of this tale will change, remolded by time, and gilded in the mouths of poets, but it will always be an heirloom here. Stories are graves for the world that was, memorials marking the wake of great deeds. Over the years to come, folks will develop a saying, life has no queen, the wild no master. The sun is free, and all things beneath it are free. The end. Oh. I like that. I like that story. That was good. Yeah. Oh, I really like that. That was very charming. Sunder developed a passion for restoring ruined sites. He felt the heft of history in the stones in a way that books couldn't quite match. Look at everyone. Astral and I now have matching scars. Because clearly we both been defeated in that manner. As soon as the people of Blue's Blue Marsh brought the first offering to Thoruzia Shrine, the rhythm of their lives clicked back into place. Whatever spirit dwelt there seemed as happy to see them as they were to see it. One day, Amber awoke with a lightness in her step. I understand now. It all makes sense. She vanished for 10 years and returned somehow unaged and full of contentment. Amber, what did you do in that time? Right, when Astral got the robot leg. Oh, you know! No, you know what? You're right. You don't have to follow that up at all. You don't have to explain. It all makes sense now. I'm gay, and then she ran off. Nothing evil. Got it. I like how it gives a little recap of a lot of the events our characters went through. Oh, look at me and Astral walking off doing who knows what. It was kind of dinky, right? It was all I had. The Drovin were swinging swords and stuff, but guess who won? Trachea built a lodge that attracted like-minded hunting enthusiasts. Days were spent tracking in the woods, and nights were spent exaggerating what they attract in the woods. Love that. One story ends. Oh, look at everyone there. Alright, heroes will be added to our legacy. Yeah, I mean, everyone's already in the legacy, besides Amber, so we add Amber. And who do we promote? I think Sunder deserves it. Or Minnie. See, basically, so the thing with promotion is that the characters who are already in the legacy won't get updated if we don't promote them. So, like, if we look at Astral, we see Astral here. Astral still has the wooden leg here, but our Astral now has this Morthagi leg. So if we want Astral to keep the Morthagi leg, we would have to upgrade Astral. We get... only one promotion. I think Trachea would be a good choice. Yeah. Yeah, like, this Astral's so cool. But Trachea, I feel, was one of the MVPs of this party. There's no real reason to upgrade Amber. Like, Amber's gonna be the same either way. Well, I guess the thing is, No, I think it... Yeah, I don't think it actually carries over levels. Yeah, I think it's between Astral and Trachea. Promote best goat. Sunder, does this look like a goat to you? Part crow, part fox, no goat. Yeah! Alright. Alright, we'll promote Trachea. Oh, but... No, Astral still has the good weapons. Astral still has the stuff that made them good. The leg was like a cool thing. We'll always have the story. But yeah, we'll promote Trachea. Sweet. So now if we go to my legacy. Let it load. Come on, game. You can load. I believe in you. Yeah. Now we have Amber here. Can't wait for funny things to happen to Amber as well. Like, some of our party members are transformed. Oh, and Minnie's no longer Fire Element. That's fine, actually. It's kind of overlapping with Canuck. But yeah, I guess the next journey we'll have more fun things that let more fun things happen. We could, let's see, we've been going for 3 hours. I was thinking it wouldn't take that long to finish that one chapter, the final chapter of that campaign. But it's been 3 hours, so this might actually be a good place to stop for now. And then next time we start another campaign, we'll have to see which one we want to do. Right, so we did Age of Ulstrix and we did Monarchs Under the Mountain. So I think probably one of these two next. Yeah, we'll see. Or, I mean, we could also try one of these, but... Yeah, so, like, these ones tell, like, a set story, right? Like, this was about the Vulture Queen, whereas these ones are just, like, procedurally... our goals are procedurally generated. So I kind of want to work through the stories. Yeah. Yeah, we'll do one of these next. But for now, I think that's enough WIldermyth. So let's go to the chatting screen. Yeah, this is it's fun. I love WIldermyth. It's so much fun. I'm glad that like we got to see some characters really shine. Because the previous campaigns we've kind of had like a problem centralizing around like one or two really strong characters, and everyone else is just kind of like still kind of figuring out the builds. I'm glad this time like there are a lot of characters who were really strong. I look forward to more of that. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. Next time, WIldermyth, probably sometime next week. I really enjoy it. But the rest of this week, tomorrow is the collab with Shori, as we were discussing earlier. I'm looking forward to that. It's gonna be on both of our channels. This was fun. Yeah, I'm glad to hear that. But yeah, We Were Here is going to be on both of our channels because it's like different perspectives. So you can either watch both of them or just one of them if you want a limited perspective. I'm not going to begrudge you if you if you go to Shori's chat. Yeah. And then Friday's going to be roguelikes. I still haven't quite decided what all the roguelikes are going to be, but it's going to be fun. But tonight, we're wrapping up here. So thank you everyone so much for being here. Thank you Sundered and Amber. It's always great having friends. So I guess good night. Bye.